Many schools are moving to remote learning as COVID cases break records nationwide. Alexa Liacco met a family of 6 getting ready for a winter all together at home.
It's time for music!
The Robinsons' home is now a cafeteria.
How many do you want?
152.
A classroom.
And I don't even know where London went.
And a gym.
Hand down to the side.
The family's 6 children are in 5 different grade levels, spanning from kindergarten to high school.
1,
At the beginning of the school year,
4.
some of the kids did in-person learning for part of the week.
I was very grateful when they were able to go to school.
But with COVID-19 cases spiking this winter, all 6 are indefinitely back to remote learning.
Your thing isn't working?
The decision dropped a heavy weight on mom Alexi Robinson.
I was like, close the restaurants, close the malls, close everything. Just please, let's keep the kids in school because it's just so hard. It's so hard and so frustrating that I just want to just break down and cry.
Robinson and her husband both work full-time to support their family.
I leave before they're awake. My husband's gone sun up to sundown every day.
Robinson says her older kids have been taking on the teaching role while she and her husband aren't home.
How long's your break?
I couldn't do it without him. But then I don't want them to suffer either. They get reprimanded by their teachers, you know, if they're late or if they're, you know, leave for a second. So it's hard.
Riker, a freshman in high school, and Hallie, a 6th grader, say they're struggling in their own classes just to help their siblings.
You just can't focus. Like sometimes you're on remote by yourself and you still can't focus.
Right.
But you know, when there's kids around, it's noisy. They're like, hey, can you answer this question? It's just hard, you know. Just got to understand it's really hard.
They say being both a teacher and a student is taking a serious mental toll.
Because they're so little, like they don't understand when we need to work.
I'm used to being kind of like the oldest, the babysitter and everything, but this is like a whole nother level of just like stress.
It's especially tough because the 2 youngest children are in special education for speech therapy.
I think it's harder for them, you know, to stay caught up without that extra, you know, help with the live teachers and stuff, so they all could potentially fall behind.
Put your ruler away, please. Falling behind is a concern for many families across the country.
And you're sure that's today, not tomorrow?
Teachers like Lindsay Datko are fighting to help.
Got it. Ow. If they miss those developmental windows, it will take them years to overcome habits that were poorly formed for the average student. So we will see the effects of this for years to come if we don't act now.
Datko is tutoring students doing remote learning.
Sorry, look at your spelling. You did so good.
And has been working with local leaders for months to give families a chance to choose whether in-person or remote learning works best for their students.
The whole spectrum is struggling, and we can do something. We are pushing for the choice.
The Robinsons are hoping the new year will bring them the choice to send their children to school.
I know that they do a lot better in school. I hope that we can get through it.
Because they're not sure how much longer this homegrown classroom can last.
Just a minute, sweetheart. Mom's trying to figure it out.
For The Race, I'm Alexa Liacco.
Seasonal depression affects more than 1 million people each year when the days get shorter and darker. But this year, psychologists expect to see more cases because people are dealing with pandemic-related stress, depression, and PTSD. People who experience seasonal depression tend to describe their mood as blah, and often say they're tired, sad, or irritated, unmotivated, and sometimes crave unhealthy food. The good news is there are some simple solutions. Psychologists say socializing is a natural antidepressant, and even right now where it has to be done remotely in many cases, it can be just as effective as in person. Another way to improve your mood during the day is to work near a window. Experts also recommend advice like getting outside, exercising, eating well, and getting enough sleep. For anyone in immediate distress or anyone who needs immediate help, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline has people available 24/7 by calling 1-800-273-TALK. There are also texting and live chat options. The old school way, one restaurant is keeping customers safe and warm this winter. Next.